Hey guys, Steve here from Bloom Audio. Today we're going to talk about the new iDSD Diablo from iFi. It's a new little transportable DAC amp, runs $8.99. It's got hot rod looks and a ton of power under the hood. So this has a more minimal approach than, say, the iDSD Signature or even the iDSD Black Label. So let's take a closer look. So for inputs on the back, you've got USB, and you have your port. It looks like a 3.5 millimeter port, but it's actually, it's for either optical with an adapter or also for digital coax with an adapter for that. So those are your inputs. And again, you have separate power on the back. So separate signal and power USB ports. The signal uses iFi's sort of inverted USB design, and the power is USB-C. For outputs, you've got a standard 6.3 millimeter headphone, and it comes with an adapter for 3.5 millimeter, and you've got a 4.4 millimeter balanced. On the back, you've also got a 4.4 millimeter balanced line out that you can work with. And we'll talk a little bit about the accessories in a minute. They include a 4.4 millimeter to dual XLR stereo balanced cable with it, which can make this very useful. So in terms of interface, you've basically got a volume knob that also serves as your on-off switch. And you've got the mode switch, which is your gain control for turbo, normal, or eco. So this is kind of brings us to the big selling point on the Diablo, which is the ridiculous amount of power this thing puts out. So in turbo mode balanced, you're getting 19.2 volts output, which is pretty much enough to drive just about any headphone I can think of. Definitely anything that we have, on Bloom Audio. So that makes this, you're looking at it right now, this is a pretty small device. It's portable, well, transportable at least. It's not quite pocketable, but it's reasonably small. And it's gonna power just about any headphone you can throw at it. So that makes it a really cool proposition. So even with all that power, you put it in the eco mode, and it does a great job with IEMs as well. When you turn the power down, we sort of tested it with things like the Andromeda, Empire Ears Hero, and found pretty much no noise or hum using eco and unbalanced, and just a tiny bit of hum with the volume turned up on the balanced with the Andromeda. So it's really strikes the balance between having a lot of power for the big stuff and also being able to hone that in if you want to use it for IEMs or something more sensitive as well. So another interesting thing about the Diablo is it doesn't have the same sort of iFi house sound that a lot of people are familiar with. It sort of has this little bit of a warmer, sort of analog-ish sound to it. And this is more of a reference-tuned, neutral, definitely brighter than a lot of other iFi options that are out there. So if you've tried iFi before and felt like it was a little bit warm, the Diablo might be a great place to jump back in to pick up something a little more neutral. So I'd also be remiss to not talk about the excellent package that this comes with. So let's take a look at all the stuff you get in the box with this one. So you get your standard stuff, your blue USB cable. Pretty familiar with that if you bought an iFi product before. You've also got an adapter, so the 6.3 to 3.5 millimeter adapter. And also for the back, this pops off, and this is for optical. You can see this, that turns your port in the back into an optical port. Then, you've got the power adapter. It's a 5-volt iFi iPower that's included. And along with that, you get a way to convert that basically into a USB-C charger. So the Diablo can take a standard USB-C cable, but that's going to charge it faster with the 5-volt. Then you got some of the unexpected stuff. So here's the case. It's a pretty nice case. Got lots of pockets and other stuff for cables and other things. On the back, you can probably stick your IEMs in there too if you're using that. The handle for the case. Got a iFi eye purifier. So this plugs right into the back, and it will also change the output to a USB-B output. And we've got this very nice cable. It's a 4.4 millimeter balanced to dual XLR female, basically to use the Diablo as a preamp. Overall, really enjoyed spending some time with the Diablo. Obviously we're gonna keep it around, and it'll probably pop up in other reviews of headphones and IEMs over the next couple weeks or months. It's a really, really solid product, a great way for under $1,000 to drive, LCD4 or Susvara, other hard to drive headphones in a unit that has a lot of portability. And I think there was some concern, why is iFi releasing another, micro iDSD unit so soon after the Signature? But I think given the sound signature and the other capabilities, I think there's a good divide between what the Signature does and what the Diablo does. And it's a great addition to iFi's lineup. So thanks for watching. Be sure to head over to bloomaudio.com. Check out what we have to offer there, as well as other reviews, and we'll be back with more personal portable audio content soon.